Hello guys and welcome to the Angry Brit Show reviews number 4, Monster Hunter Tri. Monster Hunter Games released 4 console games. 2 of these were only released in Japan. Monster Hunter Tri is the second console game released on PAL and NA consoles. Monster Hunter 1 was released in 2004, but Monster Hunter 2 was only released in Japan. So technically in NA and EU countries, we only have 1 and 3. On handheld devices, there were 5 released. 2 were only released in Japan. Now, the other 3 are what sparked me off on the Monster Hunter franchise. I never played the first Monster Hunter, but I played Monster Hunter Freedom, and this is why it's in one of my top games of all time, and I want to try and get you to either buy it or try it or rent it, because I love the game and I want everyone else to know. So I've been talking to a lot of people on Skype, and not many people know this, which is surprising. It was released in 2009, which is 3 years ago now. And ever since, I've been always loving it and always playing the PSP one or the Wii one. And I've just started to get back into it, and I've been playing it a lot today. So I'm going to go over a few the good points, the mostly good points, and the few bad points, because I have to have a kind of split review, because I can't just go, it's amazing! You need to know why it's amazing and why it's got its flaws. The first good point is the combat. The combat on this game is amazing. It keeps you aware. You have to be always paying attention. There's underwater fights that me and my brother really don't like, but now I'm starting to like them because I figured out how to do them. I don't like stuff if I can't do it. This game's combat is very good in the way it makes you think on every different monster the way you have to kill it. Each monster has its very own tactics, every boss in WoW or any MMO. For instance, the very first boss you fight that's a proper boss is called the Kuripeko. It's a kind of fly bird thing, somewhere on the screen now. It does its most powerful attack is when it clicks its wings together, and when it clicks its wings you know to get the hell out of there, otherwise it will hurt and you will get dazed or something. But this doesn't apply to any other boss. This is only for this boss. For example, the Lagriacus, which is the big boss guy in the whole game, when he spins around you have to get out of the way of his face and his tail, so you have to be kind of away from him. But this again doesn't apply to many other bosses. I think it applies to 1. Might be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure it's only Lagriacus. Some of the game's bosses can be on land and on water, and this applies another way of fighting. In water you have the X, Y and Z axis to fight on. Now at the start of the game this is the most annoying thing ever. It's really hard to get used to. But after a while it is a really fun way to play the game. So overall the combat on the game is extremely good and gives you new ways to think about it, and you actually have to have a think about how you're going to kill each boss. You're not going to have to just go in all guns and blaze it, otherwise you get dead. Some bosses you can slash away for days and they just take a while to kill. Other ones you have to be like slash slash get out, slash slash get out. There are 6 weapons in the game: the sword and shield, the hammer, the lance, the bowgun, the switch axe and the longsword. Now each weapon has its pros and cons. For example, the greatsword is a very slow moving but hard hitting weapon, whereas the sword and shield is a very quick weapon but barely hits anything. So each boss has its very own weapon weakness kind of thing, it's usually personal preference, but on certain bosses things do work well. For example, on a boss that does a lot of damage you want a big blocker, but for something that's easy to dodge you want a much heavier hitting item. For example, a slow weapon works well on slow monsters and a fast weapon works well on fast monsters. The story in the game is that your fishing village is being run down by a sea monster. Now at first you think this is the Lagriacus, but it's actually not, spoilers. So you have to go and save your village by doing many star quests and helping the chief of the village. Now this is just offline mode. I will talk about online mode later on in the video. Okay, so the armour in this game is quite a unique way. Basically you start off with no armour, and the more monsters you kill the better armour you get. Basically, offline mode, you start with getting things such as Jaggy and Kurapeka armour, but you have to farm these items. Now that's a bad point of the game. Farming items in this game is very boring and very long process, but if you look past that, it is probably one of the best games ever in my opinion. So as you progress up the ladder, you will eventually hit a stop point offline mode, and that's when you have to go online. Online gets stuff such as Kurapeka Plus, which gets you better armour and such. The online mode can be very fun or very annoying. You can group up with 4 people, but these 4 people can be any people in the world. So you can get either really good skilled people or really crap annoying people that just die all the time. Because I did a thing earlier where we were actually killing the Laggy, which I've been talking about earlier on this video, and 3 people, not including me, got killed. Now I'm not saying that I'm good or anything, because I nearly got killed like 5 times, but I had the brains to go out of the zone and heal up and then come back in. These people just stood there and like no health, just slashing it, dude must die! We'd only just started as well, and they got hit like 4 times in a row and didn't even bother. So the online mode can be very, very annoying to play. But if you look past that, the online mode is great. You can team up with 3 people, means you're not always getting killed, it means you get better items, you get more items, you work as a team. Me and my brother used to play this a lot, and we were on Skype or talking or something, and you could talk to each other and know what each other was doing, and that is one of the best things about this game. So my overall conclusion of this game is it's very good and it is a must buy. If you don't buy it or don't try it out, I believe you're missing out. Only if you like RPGs. If you like FPSs, then just ignore the video. Combat is good, the story is good, the armour progression is good, the weapons look nice and feel nice. There's a large range of weapons. Only bad side is farming and stupid online people. So my overall rating for this game is a 9 out of 10. And I believe it deserves that. It doesn't get a 10 out of 10 because it does lack and it's an old game, so I can't really say it. I've not spoken about the graphics of this game because it's on a Wii and it's not fair on stuff that I reviewed like Dead Island, which is on the Xbox, or Diablo, which is on the PC. If you have any other questions, please hook me up on Twitter or the Facebook.